Of time. Okay, last we have QuickSell for the Smasher Awards.
Which one is the bottom? Which one? Switch off the presentation. My name is. My name is Deep. Hello. Hello. My name is Deepak Bhakchandani, and I've made this app called QuickSell that I'd like to talk to you about. My background is I'm a designer and engineer. I've spent 2 years in the US learning how to craft beautiful user experiences. And 4 years before that, I've learned how to engineer those experiences. And these are the two companies that I've worked for in the US. So before I go into the product, I'd like to tell you about where I come from, what's the background, how I got motivated with this. So I hail from a Sindhi family. Every person in my family, every single one has their own small business. My father, my mother, my sister, everyone. And they all have, they all have one problem. They all have one key problem, is that it's really hard to showcase their products. It's terrible. I mean, they're actually using WhatsApp to send 100 pictures to their customers, and there's like order management is a pain. So let me give you an example of a real customer of mine who's using my product. This is Arvind. I've changed his name, but this is Arvind. He's a small business in Dadar. He exports purses and shoes to 22 countries all over the world. And when I went to him, I didn't even need to pitch my app. He himself made a case to use my app. So here's what he told me. He opened his phone. He showed me his WhatsApp log. He said, look at this. At 5 o'clock in the evening, I started sending these 100 pictures to my customer. At 7:30 is when I finished, and I could then move to something else. And I have to do that for every customer because I have to put prices and titles on every single picture, and then managing the order is a problem. So let's look at some of the pain points that are littered throughout this whole process. So number one, obviously, is the phone space gets clogged. If you're sending 100 pictures to your customer group, they get irritated. Their whole phone space gets clogged. They delete pictures. Sometimes when they want the picture back, then it's a pain basically. The second thing is it's time consuming to showcase your products because you have to put a title and price on every product. And then there's no way to put color, size. WhatsApp is not built for this. And then the tedious order placement. So if you send 100 pictures to your customer, the only way they can place an order is select 10 out of those and send it back to you, tell you I want this quantity in this picture. Then you have to note down what the quantity is, make the total, click a picture of the bill and send it to them. And it's basically all your orders are all littered throughout your chatting system. And because of that, there's an order mismanagement that happens. And this actually happens today. There's so many orders littered throughout the chat that some people's orders get misplaced, or some photos get deleted. You don't know what your customer wanted. You end up sending the wrong product to them. So thinking about all this, I spent the last 6 months. I live in Mountain View, California. I went back. I came in December last year. I saw this problem. I went back. I thought about this. I thought I want to solve this problem for Indians because nobody's doing it. And so what I did is, 6 months I interviewed a lot of small businesses in India. I worked with a lot of small businesses in India, and I iterated on this product 6 times. So basically, I'm not going to show the product because it's in stealth mode right now. But so I'll just speak about the product a bit. And so the number one thing is quick catalog creation. These people don't have time. They want to get done quickly. So in 10 minutes, they can make a catalog of their pictures, and they can send it to anybody on WhatsApp, on Facebook, or wherever they want, and they can book orders on that catalog. The second thing is they want fine-grained control. So you can control what you're showing, to whom you're showing. You can control who's seeing it. You can control what prices they see. And basically, you can control if it's also there's a small inventory management piece to it. So if your product gets sold out, you can actually delete the product and automatically it'll get updated everywhere. And then finally, there's a nice screen where all your orders are finally there, so you can manage them. You can manage them effectively, and there's no order mismanagement happening. And there are two more key pieces to this that, since I've not launched publicly, I won't be able to divulge. But I'll just tell you this: that when I speak about those two other features to my customers, even I tell them it's a free app, they remove their money and tell me, no, you take this money. So that's what actually happened yesterday. So finally, I just want to say that, like, अभी अंग्रेजों के लिए यार, I don't want to work. I want to do something for Indians, and so, you know, I especially designed this for. I want to come back to India. I want to do this for Indians. And it's a huge problem from all industries, handicrafts, apparel, like any industry basically has this problem, and nobody's solving it effectively. I actually am solving the problem, thinking about me second, thinking about the customer first. You know, so thank you.
So is there any integration at all with WhatsApp? No. Yes.
No, you can't integrate with WhatsApp because they don't allow API access. But there is, I mean, so when a catalog gets created, it makes a link for you. You can send that link to your customers on WhatsApp.
So they've got to download it using WhatsApp and open it on their phone.
They don't have to download anything.
It gets viewed in WhatsApp.
Yeah. I mean, it's a link, so it just opens up anywhere on any platform. And I've designed it in such a way that if it opens up on a phone, it looks like an app, but it's actually a website, but it looks like an app. Now, if we open it up in a browser, it looks like a web app, basically.
And how do you get 100,000 people using this?
How do you get 100,000 people using it? I have a plan for that. I'd love to tell you about it offline. I'm already in talks with getting 100,000 people using it.
Why only Indian companies? Why not?
See, because two reasons. One is I love India, I want to do something. And secondly, practically speaking, this is more like Indians face this problem. Like in America, I don't think anybody has such a big problem. Maybe some people do have this problem, but then there are other products, and they don't actually have this informal transaction kind of thing which happens in India. And in the US, everything happens through email, everything's more formal, they already have the systems in place. In India, nobody has the money to pay for those systems, and nobody actually has these, like the kind of transactions that take place here in India, they don't happen abroad. So it can be used in other markets as well, maybe in other Southeast Asian countries, but not in the West, basically.
So further from the 100,000 questions, how big is the space? Have you started it?
How big is the space?
I mean, how many people would be using this service? I mean, you interviewed like a lot of SMEs.
There are so many SMEs. Any SME who wants to sell products basically can use it. Just to give you an idea, the Clothing Manufacturers Association of India, CMAI, they themselves have 100,000 people in their own, just the membership. And they're all connected through WhatsApp. And so just that. And then there's a Handicrafts Association. And there are other associations for other things. So the market is huge.
What do you think what will be a cost of acquiring a person who will start using this app or using this product?
I can talk to you.
And what will be what you can get back?
I can talk to you.
You don't discuss.
And right now you're alone.
Right now, because like I said, I have experience in designing and developing. I didn't need anybody. I made the whole thing. I'm even selling it to people. So right now I didn't.
If you keep going back to Mountain View, how's this business going to run?
Not going back to Mountain View. Yeah.
One second. Any jury questions?
So this is going to be a SaaS-based model, or you're going to become a transaction-based platform for them?
SaaS-based model.
SaaS-based. So you're going to sell that software which they can continuously use it.
Yeah.
Subscription-based standard pricing for everybody, or you?
There are two plans, so we can talk. Yeah.
Since your most crucial information is highly confidential, you can't disclose it.
Right.
Why do you think you should get the SmashUp awards?
We can't disclose.
I don't.
Yeah, I think the judges also can't disclose the decision.
Okay,
Our decision will be in stealth mode.
Last quick.
Hi. Two things. Two things. I'd like you to think out of India, because in Arabia we sell to about 80% of our transactions are on WhatsApp and Instagram of the topmost designers. I also had the design strategy for almost 60,000 clients here. I'm very interested for each one of my clients.
Thank you.